Hello and welcome to Think About It, where we have two primary goals. One, to get you to think about it, and two, to just make more sense than Keith Olbermann. 111. 111. That's the number to keep in mind. That's the number of brand new committees and panels instituted in the Pelosi-Obama health care bill being considered by the House right now. 111 committees, mostly of appointees that were not elected or accountable in any way, shape, or form. Also hidden in those 2,000 pages is a tax on nearly every service you would take part in a routine medical examination. A blood pressure tax, a tongue depressor tax, every element of your health care. All of it under the overview of a health czar, most likely Rahm Emanuel's brother. Did you vote for him? Neither did I. Did you know that within the health care plan there is a fine for those of us who choose to not have health insurance? Now, I happen to have it. I actually happen to pay for it for my entire family because I'm self-employed. But if I had chosen not to have any health care coverage, I would still have to pay the federal government, and if I refused to do that, I would go to jail. Does anybody have a copy of the Constitution nearby? For some reason, that seems like it might be slightly outside the parameters of what the Founding Fathers intended. You know what's interesting is that the only constituency in this nation that seems to think this health care idea is a good one are those who want everything for free, are those who line up outside of buildings and wait for hours like they did in Detroit a couple weeks ago, thinking they were getting money from Obama and his private stash, as one lady so eloquently put it. All the polls have indicated that America is 57% against, 42% for health care legislation. If you take this specific bill and you break the specific provisions down and put that into a poll, it goes somewhere in the neighborhood of 75-25 against. And yet, Washington, D.C. is not listening. They think you're too dumb to understand when they look you in the eye and they tell you what's going to happen, even though the written legislation proclaims exactly the opposite. They think you're too stupid to understand the difference. So, are you? Oh, by the way, on top of it all, we've had a little test drive in the last couple of weeks. The administration's handling of the whole swine flu debacle is Obama's Katrina. Look at what happened with President Bush in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. Now, with over 1,000 Americans dead from the swine flu virus, what's happened to Obama? Nothing. Nothing. Because no one can dare question the Messiah. So, are you going to sit here and take it? Are you going to sit here and watch them lie to your face? Or are you going to speak up and say, this is enough? 111 new panels? That's not bureaucracy at its worst? Do you want them in charge of your health? That's the question for you to think about.